Welcome back to Rest Runes. Okay, we're going to cast runes because it's been a minute since I've done that with you. Also, let's do that today. Okay, I'm going to warm up the runes. We're going to ask the elders for a message. I'm using Germanic runes again. That's a set of 24. It is the more recent or later version. My Danish heritage used the younger set, which is more Viking oriented, if you want to think about it that way. And that is the oldest set, and that has 16. So we're going to cast runes. We're going to use the elder version first, and then we'll peel off the 8 runes that don't apply to the younger set. And then we'll read any contextual message changes from there. Okay, so here we go. Casting. Okay, if you've been here before, you know the drill. If I don't see the symbol, I put it back in the bag. That is not our message. So I'm just going to pick up the runes that don't apply. And then I'm going to put them onto our Aett tapes. Aett means family or clan. Just like people, runes have families as well. So there's a practical and earthly realm that is the family clan of practical and earthly matters on the yellow tape. And then the emotional and mental growth area family runes are on the red, and then the spiritual runes are on the white. So I'm just going to do kind of a quick toss here and see what we come up with. And then we will look at messages. Just putting everybody into their family. Okay. So let's see if I got this lined up right. Okay, we have a significant message today in the 7th position on all family levels. This is the 6th position. This is the 5 position. 3. That was 5. That's 4. Yep, 3, 2, 1. So we have 1, nothing on 2, 3, nothing on 4, 5, 6, 7, nothing on 8. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the most significant messages. I'm looking for a run of 3. So we've got these 3 pairing here on the emotional and mental, and then we've got the 7. Now in the emotional mental growth area, there are 4 runes, so that's the most significant. We've got 3 in the spiritual family clan or Aett, and then we have 2 runes on the Aett family of the practical and earthly matters. So I'll read the vertical first, and then I'll read this one. Emotional mental rune, you can't reverse it. Like some of the other runes, you can reverse it. If you know it, you can reverse it. Here we are meant to grow through it. So you can't like take it away. You just have to go through the actions and the behavior to roll through it, if that makes sense. So, Gibel, this is the yin and the yang. This is the sharing male and female energy. This is all about hospitality. And if you've been here before, you know my Germanic grandmother was very much about hospitality. That was a cultural norm that they had, but I believe it's because of this rune. They believed you would have poverty enter your sphere or your world if you weren't serving others and showing hospitality. Then we have Eljas. This is the connecting to source rune. This is actually elk antlers. It's meant to be protective. So we're being called to connect with source for help, being shielded, working through any impulses we might have. And this is Dagus. This is the day rune. I think of it as the butterfly. This is, if you think of a caterpillar in the cocoon, and then it flies out. This is a new cycle, a new day, okay? So that is what this is meaning. Now let's look at the vertical message 3 in a row. This is Iwaz. This is the yew tree rune. So this is all about letting go, finding new ways. This is sort of the phoenix rising. This is listening to your clairvoyance and your intuition. And when we do that, we have Perth Road. This is all about diplomacy. This is your destiny, your fate, good luck. You've got control of the situation. You've followed your intuition. Some may say you've got a streak of genius going on in your life. But it's just because you've plugged into your intuition and then, again, source. So it's not really an accident. You're co-creating with those entities. So this room on the physical plane we haven't talked about yet. This is Rado. This is all about physical movement, getting help, removing things that no longer work. This could mean travel. You know, and if you've got a lot of people that like to blame others, blame game, you know, then just get out of their way. They're not on your same energy level as you. You just need to walk away from the situation. And sometimes when you're highly, you know, intuitive and connected to source, you can smell them a mile away and just go, exit stage left. This is Iza. This is the icicle rune. So this is chilling out, getting clarity. Okay, you might have to control your vices, but stay calm. You know, you have victory over obstacles, okay? And then this message is Tiwaz. This is more like the war rune. That was a tongue twister. This is all about establishing good orderly direction, having honor, having power, drive. You're hitting the target, you've reached it, you're claiming victory. Things have been thwarted. And then this one, of course, is the cocoon for Dagus, the butterfly. So this is Ingwas. This is all about the hearth, creativity. This is actually like a DNA looking rune. So this is more about the male fertility angle of things. So doing construction, shelter, getting yield. Okay. It's kind of your prosperity, your luck. Now let's look at what the message would be if we would take off the runes that don't apply. So Germanic runes are 24. The Danish or the Scandinavian younger set has 16. So there's 8 runes that would have to come off the board in order for us to read from the Viking era, the younger set. So in my Danish family, my heritage there, we would not have the rune Giebel. We would not have the rune Perthro. We would not have Elges. So we're not about the hospitality, the giving equally, following the intuition, connecting with source. They're very practical people. There would be no male fertility, hearth, shelter, yield. And there would be no new day or new cycle. So out of the 8 runes that would get peeled off, we have 5 that don't apply to this message. So that really changes it up. We don't have a run of 3 anymore. We have movement, radio. You might need to separate from things, get physical movement, might be travel, getting help, removing things that no longer work for you. You might need to just seek some solitude, chill the hell out, get clarity, resist some vices or old patterns of way of doing things. Sometimes it takes us a while to make change, and we go back and forth, and that's okay. Just keep breathing through it, chill out. This is all about letting go. Eventually you'll be able to let go, and you'll be the phoenix rising here. You'll have intuition. You'll know. And then it will be a place of honor, prestige. You've reached your target. You've got good orderly direction. You're able to tear out what no longer works for you. Things have been thwarted. Okay. So that's the message I have for you. Thanks for tuning in to Rust Aetts. You're always part of the family. So Germanic would say Aett, and the Danish heritage side would say Aett. So thank you for being part of the family, and we'll talk to you again later. Bye.